right, from the previous game. They do like that early game aggression. They do like that speed. So starting things off, Kyrgyzstan again in the blue side, will ban out the Phobias and the Gord. Kazakhstan again will ban out the Paquito and the Marcel. No changes right here.
What are the chances where Kazakhstan goes back to the exact same?
Highly possible.
Highly possible,
Highly
right?
probable as well.
Unless Kyrgyzstan knows what's up, bans away something that enables Kazakhstan. I don't believe it's the I don't believe Kimi is a very good ban coming off inside Kyrgyzstan right there. I feel like it's just how Kazakhstan plays in terms of their micro and macro movements, right? So Harry will be on the chopping block right here for the side of Kyrgyzstan, so that it allows the potential first pick claw coming out from the side of Kyrgyzstan.
Yeah, giving their gold laner a little bit more, comfortability down the gold lane, especially when Kazakhstan is forcing a lot of fights away from this gold lane because they know that the Harith was able to win and dominate that lane, push the Claude back. So I think, as we discussed, there are other burst marksman options out there that would be able to handle something like the Claude. The late game marksman much better in the early game. So if they do want to go for that aggressive approach, that early game speed run tactic that they always use, then maybe a bursty marksman would work.
Freya on the chopping block for the side of Kazakhstan right now. First pick, Juicin was it in game number 1. The Juicin was okay, not too shabby of a pick for now, but I feel like Kazakhstan, no Harith this time around, but there's a Khalid that Kazakhstan can also potentially pick up in either R1 or R2.
Suyo will be picked up first alongside the Khalid. You were right. For Kyrgyzstan though, the biggest problem wasn't the Harith though. I would say it is the Khalid, because the Khalid was giving so much information towards the rest of Kazakhstan, and the early game damage onto Leomord, onto the jungle, onto the side laners, it just proves a lot of issues to Kyrgyzstan.
Yeah, I feel like the Akai was ultimately forgotten by both these two teams. I feel like Kyrgyzstan can potentially go for the Akai instead. Akai, a massive threat over to Suyo as well. You're able to tank, and in fact, Suyo versus Akai in a 1v1, if it's Akai, it's very far ahead, very tanky. He also do damage based on his HP as well. That's amazing. Now Bruno coming up from the side of Kyrgyzstan, looking to try to counter the high octane gameplay coming up from Kazakhstan, and to slow Kazakhstan even lower. There's a Cho coming up from Kyrgyzstan as well.
If you want to play high tempo, Kyrgyzstan is playing fire, fight fire. With the Cho and the Bruno picked up, they have a winning roam for now, or not really winning roamer, but a little bit of a mano-a-mano matchup between Cho and Khalid, but Bruno is still quite dominant in the gold lane, so at least they have a chance to control the gold lane.
I feel like this is the time where Kazakhstan may not go for the Claude. I feel like going for the Yuzhong still works as well, because Bruno is still diveable as well, right? Find the Bruno, dive him, and then after that proceed. Cho, even as a roamer, can kick. There's also the burst potential, pick-up potential coming up. Ooh, Kazakhstan. Prioritizing Kimi so early on. I think they're afraid of Kimi getting banned or out.
Yeah, I do have to agree with you, especially in the lane-to-lane matchup against the Juicin. The biggest difference here is at least Cho has the potential to disrupt that back line, but it is very difficult for Cho to escape if it gets locked down by the Kimi. Notice that Kimi does have several lockdown capabilities and the skills as well. So you want to draw the attention towards that Kimi, draw the attention towards the back line, and then Kazakhstan target prioritization into the main damage dealers right after the Cho gets eliminated.
Guinevere ban from the side of Kazakhstan. There is a way to outplay the Kimi though. Your traction pulse actually takes a long time to really charge up, and then your second skill as well can be easily shin-pulled away. Besides Kyrgyzstan, you're right, like they're starting to take down most of the marksmen right here. Claude on the chopping block as well. Other marksmen coming up from the side of Moscow vessels. Yeah, there's something that is still particularly strong in meta, but Kyrgyzstan is spending like what, 3 ban slots on the marksman right here. Kazakhstan bans away the Baxia.
Kyrgyzstan definitely wants the gold lane to be the hyper carry at the end of the day. So I would say it's still possible for him to pick up the Akai still.
You know what Kazakhstan can go for? Oh yeah, there's also the carry.
Granger,
yeah. Granger Kimi used to be a very strong duo in the last patch as well. And knowing that Kazakhstan is playing a similar playstyle as compared to the Southeast Asian last patch, right?
Yep.
I'm not surprised if Kazakhstan go for the Granger. Kyrgyzstan though, I think carry is a good ban all the time. Yep, definitely. Then there's also a potential Fredrin they may appear from the side of Kyrgyzstan this time.
Yeah, I was thinking either the Akai or the Fredrin, but they're pulling something up their sleeves. They might go for double fighter side lane if it goes to that.
I doubt that. I doubt so from the side of Kazakhstan, since you know the identity that they've got is more like following the last patch. I mean, like, well, technically speaking, Yuzhong is not from last patch, but Yuzhong's
Brick got closer onto the Juicing.
correct.
But they're
closer.
splitting the team fights quite a bit because the Cho is picked up for Kyrgyzstan, so they need some form of like backline protection.
I think Leomord is good because it attracts the attention on him. And also, I think right now, more pure, right? Okay.
Yep, pretty same matchup.
Almost
the only
the same.
difference is the Claude and the Hilda coming in from Kyrgyzstan. So Kazakhstan missing a gold laner. Might be a fighter, might be, if you want to stick to your MO of a faster marksman, you go for the Clint. I like the Clint though.
The
a
Clint's
lot of
good.
high damage and pretty neutral in terms of the early to mid to late game.
Yeah, the Clint is good. And now if you take a look, right, for the side of Kyrgyzstan, that carry ban kind of makes sense already, but it feels like a waste of slot because Kazakhstan does have answers for this Alice, right? You use a Kimi, you just literally shred through the Kimi's HP bar once you build a glowing one as well. Yuzhong to a certain extent can also fight underneath the Alice as well, just constantly locking him down. But at the very least, that's still a massive remove, right?
Yeah.
I like the gold laner pick coming up from the side of Kazakhstan.
I love it.
Use Clint to kind of
yeah.
match the lane bully of the Bruno, and now, you know, Kazakhstan once again playing to the same MO. They pop off early, and then they look to snowball. Kazakhstan, on the other hand, this is a slightly earlier composition, so hopefully they can match the tempo coming up from the side of Kazakhstan.
It all boils down to the gold lane. The biggest difference is in the gold lane. Will that Cho be able to assist the Bruno in terms of disrupting the Clint's farm? Clint does have a little bit of range as well. You have a lot of hits and damage from the passive that you bring as well. So difficult to deal with, especially in the later stages. So, man, this is a lot of work cut out for Kyrgyzstan to be able to adjust to the gameplay and execution for them.
Yeah, but of course, you know, Clint is an open book, right? How to play against a Clint, you force the Clint to use the first skill, and then after that, you just jump onto him because unfortunately, the passive, as of now, is not his main source of damage. That's just bonus damage before he gets this endless battle, and that's when, you know, the Clint truly shines, right?
Yeah, I'm so glad you're a gold laner right here. You definitely know all the heroes. But that being said, though, this is the early game aggression that we're looking out for. This Petrifier already used up first blood. Onto the Cho.
Worth it, right? Now the Cho is going to be slightly behind, only barely hits level 2. Macmillan also picks up a kill, and that's also, you know, scaling Yuzhong, right? The Yuzhong needs this kill to be aggressive, and after that, just scale, right? But Macmillan, using the Petrify, I mean, currently it's 50 seconds. 41 seconds, yeah, plus minus 10 seconds, right? If Kazakhstan is able to buy at the very least 10 more seconds, so that they have, you know, not only just the Black Dragon form, they also have the Petrify.
Turtle priority.
They have a lot better turtle priority as compared to Kyrgyzstan.
But I like what Macmillan is doing. He doesn't really care about the Alice. You don't really shut that down. You just need to clear that waves and join in the team fights because that's where Kazakhstan is going to be at. You want to be aggressive, hyper-aggressive towards the jungle. This is a little bit of a different passive kind of Cho that Kyrgyzstan is playing as well. Typically, you will see Cho in the Southeast Asia or Group A regions being hyper annoying towards the opponent's side of the jungle, giving that information, using Shrimpo as a defensive measure to get out of there.
Yeah, I think this is a River Cho for now, coming up for the side of Kyrgyzstan. At the very least, we'll be able to spot Sreang, but it seems like, you know, Kazakhstan is not going to let go of that tempo. Just a couple more seconds, the Petrify will come up, and Macmillan activates the Black Dragon form.
Going straight to the back line, as Barbeal also utilized. Sreang will take up that dragon, there's a 3-man taunt up, will heal everything back up. Kusapov just doing so much work. That's the Raging Sandstorm lands on top of Kalbayev. There's 2 members down the side of Kyrgyzstan, and they're not giving up just yet. But no, Kyrgyzstan taking one after another though. There's a counter re-engage coming in from Kyrgyzstan. There is some fight left in them.
Yeah, and the best part is, you know, Merbekov is using that juicing that's super annoying. The members from the side of Kazakhstan overextended. They take the turtle and they're hoping to basically find a punishment, but they lost a couple of people as well, right? Not only just the fact that Sreang went down, Salamat as well, so they're going to have a bit slowed down just a little bit, but Suyo found very quickly in the jungle.
That's the aggression that we like to see. Salamat already used up that Purify as well, just to get out of harm's way. As Kyrgyzstan starting to ramp up that tempo, they know that they cannot give any control over Kazakhstan at all.
Yeah, if you take a look, Macmillan is in the middle of everybody, but this is where Merbekov is just free hitting from afar. Don't forget though, Juzin doesn't have level 3. That level 4 coming in, timing really coming in clutch, and that's why he jumps in, and that's why alongside with the Cho was able to just help to peel for the Juzin and then just wreak havoc. And don't forget, everybody from the side Kazakhstan is down low. The damage is there coming out from, I believe, Zbayev and also Merbekov, especially of the Juzin as well. But Askar was caught in a very awkward position earlier just now. He's forced to burn off a Shinpo, and that's why, you know, Askar, Merbekov, and Merbekov wasn't able to find even more.
Merbekov, definitely a very, very scary choose in this game around. A little bit of a different gameplay, positioning adjusted a little bit to how Kazakhstan likes to play. The entire team of Kazakhstan during their first turtle fight almost forgot about the existence of this Juicin, but when it hits hard. The Skypiercer is already built up for both mages on both sides.
Yeah, I think in terms of both of these two mages, yeah, Merbekov on this Skypiercer is definitely going to be very helpful. Had Merbekov had that, oh, hold on.
Resistance Storm to start things off. It's a two-man stun off. The Barbeal will buy him some time to get that escape. But the aggression from Kazakhstan will be proving to be too much to handle for Kyrgyzstan as they re-engage back into the fight. That's a death ball. It's all red on the map of the Lanodon, and they go straight for the turtle once again.
Macmillan is really acting at this massive dragon, right? And you know, with the jungler already gone for the side, Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan has a free turtle for themselves. They're gonna escalate even harder, and now they're also looking down at the bottom lane. Bruno looking unsafe right now. You've got the troll that's providing some form of information. Macmillan is using this petrify almost immediately after the cooldown, man.
Yep, that's the ambush right there. It's a 3v3. Juicin pulls Macmillan back. The dragon will take a lot of hits. Will fall by hands of that Juicin. The Skypiercer will slowly but surely build up from Merbekov.
Yeah, I think a bit. I feel like members of the side Kazakhstan really need to start paying attention over the time. Merbekov. In fact, Merbekov skipped the clock, went straight for the Skypiercer, hoping to stack it as quickly as possible.
They're going to find ways to deal with this Bruno. I like how Kazakhstan is playing as well. If you notice, the Clint in the early game was playing a losing lane, but it's not really a losing lane. It's a very defensive position because they know that Kyrgyzstan will definitely ramp up that tempo onto the gold lane.
Yep, and of course, endless battle secured by the side of Akambayev. I feel like there's going to be another Malefic gun coming soon as well that extends the range and also, you know, to a certain extent props the endless battle even better as compared to usually now with Clint with an elongated range, but it seems like Kyrgyzstan is looking down bot. Nice discipline coming out for the side Kazakhstan. They had to forfeit there, and then after that, hope to punish.
There's the punish coming in from Kazakhstan, not enough to chase them down. Kyrgyzstan gets out safe.
Yeah, Chitai's Pauldron secured by the side of Askar Berkov for now. Kyrgyzstan, good damage down bot, and at the very least they got away scot-free. No one died from that one. Kyrgyzstan is a happy team. Yep,
this Barbio also used up huge resources. Used for a defensive escape, but down the bush. Cho gets spotted out by Kazakov. Will be able to get out. So this is more of a, no, give a little bit more vision. Will hide in that, will not give any more than what you bargained for.
Salama is a nuisance, not only just the fact that Kyrgyzstan has no form of defense against Salama. Salama is just literally threatening onto the turret, and they may potentially take it down. Now there's also a turtle that's also splitting the attention of both these two teams. Sreang lands the charge.
That's a great stun onto the Allies. That's a TOR, but no follow-up at all. Kicked underneath the turret. Down goes Krisapov. No Khalid for this next turtle take. It's a 4v5.
Flicker and also TOR committed. Way of Dragon also committed for the time. Kyrgyzstan, they take down Krisapov first. But there's also still secondary peel coming off of Kazakhstan into Macmillan, and he will strike.
The dragon will come in. He's got his eyes set on that little more, but Sreang will still land the last strike on this turtle. Seal things up. His four men already clumped together. Traction bolts will pull them all back in. Kazakhstan, they got what they can, and they're out of here. That's to sustain the shot. Resident will pick one off.
Man, Macmillan is this massive Yuzhong right now. Not only does that, Akambayev already secured the Malefic gun as well. Team Kazakhstan has unlocked their key items at, what, 3k gold lead. And, you know, Sreang as well, right? The fact that he's actually ahead of the jungle curve in terms of EXP, he has the better battery button, and therefore Kazakhstan takes 3 turtles in a row.
It's all 4 members rotating together as one. They're leaving Clint to slow farm up on that top side. As Kazakhstan finds their groove, they have that damage. All they need, like you said in the first game, is at least 5k gold, and they're golden. They're all safe.
I'm hearing the song in my head right now. Thanks, Rose. But yeah, they're golden, right? Kazakhstan, technically speaking, the Bruno, I would say, falls off late game, but the Clint is still stable, right? As long as the Clint 3 hits all the way in the back line is just outputting a ton of damage, you can see that Shekhanov is starting to feel it.
Looking at that test damage, the Clint is starting to come online, it's starting to get out strong. The traction pulse will not land. Misses his strike, it's Kyrgyzstan.
It's just a zoning traction pulse, man.
Yeah, a little bit of intelligence given. But the turret will be taken down. This is wave, slow pushing up on that top side as Kazakhstan sets its sights for other objectives.
I think it's a lot more pressure for the side troll. You need to find either the Clint or Salamat right there, but Salamat is proven very slippery. There's also a certain field. There you go.
And speaking of Salamat, forcing the Barbeal right off the bat. That's the Goon Squad from Kazakhstan coming in from the back line. The Dragon will not let that horse leave. It's a 5-man TOR, but will not be enough though. No damage from Kyrgyzstan at all. As Kazakhstan raises tempo, pushes into gear 6. And back to gear 1, and gets out of the way.
But that was a massive TOR for the side of Shekhanov, but Kyrgyzstan wasn't able to capitalize on it because Kazakhstan was so far ahead. Even though you are immobilized, heck, Salamat can still do damage. Akambayev can do damage. Don't forget, TOR is an immobilized. not a stun. So that's why Kyrgyzstan wasn't able to step forward into the ring to basically do any form of damage. And I need to see a lot more coming out from this gold lane of inside Kyrgyzstan, because so far, even in game number 1, game number 2, his presence wasn't felt at all.
Kazakhstan is waiting for the Lord to come out in this 10-minute mark as they trade turret for turret, blows for blows. Kazakhstan still has the upper hand in terms of the economy. 5k gold lead, the Lord marching in on that mid side.
Yeah, I think Bruno already has the items to fight, right? Berserker Experience and Hard Force, that's all you need. But the problem is Kazakhstan is just leagues ahead. Endless Battle and Malefic Gun already secured by the side of this Clint going into BOD. Man, it's a BOD.
It's super fast. Onto the Clint itself, all he needs is just space and time, and just free hitting on that back. There's not a lot of gap closers. Barbu is always used up to go on the backside, but at the same time, that's Raging Sandstorm and the Dragon zone them out. They want to take down this T2 mid, which they will, as Kazakhstan opens the map for themselves. Full and total control, total dominance for Kazakhstan in game number 2.
Yeah, Kazakhstan, that goal lead is starting to escalate exponentially. Shake it up.
Salamat will be able to use the jetpack to get out of the way, as Kusupov deals a lot of damage into Khalid. So hard to take down, and so tanky at this time.
Yeah, and don't forget, Clint was just free hitting all the way in the back line. The Endless Battle scales really well alongside with the BOD. Once that Clint unlocks a BOD, Kyrgyzstan is just going to get melted, right? The Bruno is just going to get melted. The Chojo, to a certain extent, at this point in time, doesn't really have a lot of HP bars. It's going to get melted. Rebekov as well.
To add fuel to the fire, Clint is an AoE damage, so to speak, and Bruno is just single target. So it is more difficult for Kyrgyzstan to get a full teamfight battle if Bruno, even if the TOR lands, it's only a single target hit, and they have to really hyper-target prioritize onto any one members of Kazakhstan. But they will stick together as 5, as they will take the orange buff away from Kyrgyzstan once again.
Yeah, more resources stolen by the side of Kazakhstan already. The sheer dominance coming on Salama that could land down the firepower, and also Mamilin is truly dead. Heck, the Lizard was healing so strong against Kyrgyzstan as well. There's no way for them to really find anything, and there's no value at all, right? Even though, yes, Askar was able to find, even if a kick, you kick Kusupov back, but Kyrgyzstan is not in a good position to fight. I feel like Zamir Brek may have actually underestimated his own damage. Speaking of damage, there's a BOD. There's a green sword built by that Clint already. He is more than happy to fight.
Memilin, the Reptilian, going straight into the midst of battle. Kazakhstan doesn't want to engage, doesn't want to commit. They know that the Lord is spawning up in the next 20 seconds. Clint is online. They want to draw them out into the jungle where they will strike.
Salamat checking the bushes just using an auto basic attack, right? If he stacks with passive, that means that something is there. Someone is there.
There's a lot of blind spots that Kyrgyzstan has to look out for.
Askar. Ooh.
You're still holding on. Memilin doesn't have the Black Dragon form. The Traction Pulse just to zone him away. Will not be able to take him out just for now. As Salamat will build up that Sky Piercer Specs once again. The TOR will land, but it's not enough. This is a Raging Sandstorm on 2 members, and they're layering in all these damages. They're layering in the team fights as Kazakhstan goes one after another. The Mamilin, the Reptilian, onto the back line. They'll take care of business. They'll take care of 1. They'll take care of 2. They'll take care of 3 as Kyrgyzstan cannot find a way to claw back from this fight.
Oh, someone calls this disciplinary teacher. This is sheer bullying coming out inside Kazakhstan. They've just got so much layering, the way they path as well. They make sure all the bushes are covered. You see Sreang check that bush as well, find Askar, and after that, members of the side of Kyrgyzstan just go ahead, pick him off almost immediately. Just take a look at this replay right here. The way they layer in, you know, these 5. Mamilin holding on to the Black Dragon form as well, goes all the way back in. Yes, even though he went down, but the fear factor is there for the side of Kyrgyzstan. Kyrgyzstan is giving a lot of respect over the side of Kazakhstan because Kazakhstan demands it.
Kyrgyzstan back on the defense. They're playing to how Kazakhstan wants them to play. Kazakhstan now in the driver's seat, setting the tempo, setting the speed of the game, waiting for the Lord to spawn, which it will march down the mid side. Kyrgyzstan, have they any opportunity to defend? They don't really have a lot of AoE wave clear.
No clear. Rebekov, even if you use the lantern to really clear, you're consuming a lot of mana as well. But just now we saw Kazakhstan, you know, fixing 3 waves, using it on sync, and they're doing it right now, albeit a bit off sync, but still good enough at this point in time.
And from the back line, Clint already secured 2 kills for himself so far. And that's a lot of damage coming in from the Clint. One step closer, one step too deep. You will find yourself in a spot of bother.
You can see that Kazakhstan really has the fundamentals really correct, right? Like the fact that Askar, showing himself right there. That's going to be immobilized.
That's a nice traction pulse and a stun from Kazakhstan. No commitment as of now. Lantern will pull them back, but they won't go.
Salamat is just like free hitting from far right there. Askar finds onto Salamat. Oh man. This is why Kimi is so slippery.
Yeah, Barbule's already used up, forcing the Barbule so early on. Minions still marching in. A slow push down on all 3 lanes, but then it's lock up. Killing spree for Salamat.
Yeah, Shigano was using a flying cloud. I'm not sure where he decided to fly. Hopefully flying away from the damage. The Kazakhstan is constantly pouring all the oversized Kyrgyzstan. Constant fights. There's no time for Kyrgyzstan to breathe.
They're launching the fights. They're in the midst of it. TOR will land on 1. He's already got the immortality. He's not afraid. He's taking up that damage. He's taking the hits. He's leashing up that hit. Kalbayev will be able to push them back for now. T1 might be able to fall by the hands of Clint if he does have that range.
It's a clean base for the side of Kyrgyzstan, ladies and gents. Kazakhstan leading the charge convincingly. There's no form of escape for the side of Kyrgyzstan. One after another, they fall. Askar and also Shengnikov is the one that, you know, members of the side of Kazakhstan is constantly bashing. You got the Sky Pistol stack and probably, albeit not good, not max stacks, but it's there. The constant threat of Akambayev once the BOD is already secured, and also even Great Dragon Spear. Akambayev has already started to pick up kills, and there's a lot of damage pouring in. Kazakhstan, yes, they've got a gold laner that's already hit critical mass already, but you don't feel the presence because there's always Mamilin, there's always Sreang, and also to a certain extent Kozakov, who could just flicker in with a Raging Sandstorm and disrupt the whole team fight.
The fear of the threat of the Black Dragon is a little bit too much for Kyrgyzstan. It's pushing the Bruno back, it's pushing the Chu Sin back. They don't have that damage to deal with the defenses that Kazakhstan has already built up for themselves. And right now, Kazakhstan blitzing this Lord. It doesn't look like Kyrgyzstan wants to challenge for this. They will try their best. In the last-ditch effort, the Black Dragon will come up, go straight for that horse. He's got his eyes set on that one. This red hits. Salamat will fall. Finally, it's a 4v5. He's not together with the squad. Kusupov is finding himself in a spot of bother. He's hitting one after another, but Clint finding himself in the mid lane.
True, the fight was so messy, right? The fact that both these two teams split the whole fight into half, the trade mid for mid. Don't forget, Salamat and also Mibikov both has the Sky Pistol stack. That's gonna be, Contemplate!
Conceal coming in, Barbule already used up as well. Lord will get pulled, will get reset, but there's a lot of damage coming in from that Clint. 1 hit, 2 hits, and 3 hits more. The TOR is no more, and Clint taking down one after another. Kazakhstan, total dominance in all these team fights.
There's too much damage coming up. It's Clint, Churros. It's just once the BOD is built. To add salt to the wound, that's a Berserker's Fury, because why not? Nobody from the side of Kyrgyzstan can basically touch this Clint at all, and Askar is just trying to focus down onto the Kimi over and over again. I think the hyper tunnel vision onto Kimi was a little bit too much, and you know, once even though Kalbayev on this Leomon was able to run it down, but he may face a lot of trouble because Akambayev is just outputting an unholy amount of damage.
It's all part of the plan. Focus on Kimi, you get Akambaye to just free hit on that back line. You got a Berserker Sphere, you got a Great Dragon Sphere, and one thing great about the Great Dragon Sphere is that you can just immediately sell your boots now. You have immediate additional movement speed, reposition yourself, and start that charge. There's a kick onto the Black Dragon itself. As Mamilin, the Reptilian, trying to find his way in to disrupt that team fight. The field will get used up, TOR will land, but not enough damage for Kyrgyzstan to fall in. You got the Lord charging onto the throne, that's the back line hit, there's the hit from the Kimi as well, securing that spot for Kazakhstan. What a great win.
No matter how I see that fight earlier just now, right, it's just like, there's no way in like any form of plans for the side of Kyrgyzstan to really touch onto the Clint. Clint was just free hitting, man. Clint is just pressing all the buttons that is offline,